All right, Shalom. This is Brother Kashakwala coming back at you with another lesson, giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who were well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 Fresh Fruit. This lesson is going to be centered around this, script that we use all the time in 2nd Esdras 15, but primarily guerrilla warfare and how it's gonna be in the day of Jacob's trouble. Because when people think of like civil unrest, they think of just protesting and this, that, and the third. And nah, man, it ain't about to be like that. It's about to be some crazy stuff going down when that day hits, when martial law hits, and all these things hit. It's not gonna be no cakewalk and people protesting with signs and wearing yellow vests and shit. It ain't gonna be like that. It's gonna be way worse. It's gonna be way worse. And we see all these countries, I think 13 countries, having a lot of rioting and protesting towards their government. So it's just gonna amp up and get way worse. I'll never forget a quote that Vladimir Putin said. Just paraphrasing what he said. If I could find the article, I'll try to find it. But he said, the world is in an irreversible state right now, meaning like things ain't gonna get no better. We can't go back to peace if there really wasn't ever peace since the white man came into rulership. So there's no way we can go back to good terms with anything. It's just gonna progressively get worse. And the scriptures say that not the love of many shall wax cold. Love of many and particular individuals and shit in between countries and nations as well. The scriptures say nation should rise up against nation and kingdom against kingdom. So these ethnicity groups, these different nations, it's only going to progressively get worse. So without further ado, I'm going to get into 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. All right, so we all know what that word woe means. And the world meaning, everybody, man. The scriptures even say, I want to say it's in Jeremiah, where it says the Lord has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land. I want to say it's like Jeremiah. Let me try to find it. Well, matter of fact, I know there's one where it says he has a controversy with Israel. In Hosea 4:1. Hosea 4:1, it says, hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel, for the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land. Matter of fact, let me just copy and paste that. All right, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of the Most High in the land. So that's to you 2/3 Jakes as well, man. The Lord got a beef with you. I do want to say it's in Jeremiah though, the one I'm looking. Yep, Jeremiah 25 and 31. Jeremiah 25 and 31, it says, a noise shall come even to the ends of the earth, for the Lord hath a controversy with the nations. All right, so he got controversy with everybody. The scriptures say that, woe to the world, and that's for everybody. That's that oikomene. And them that dwell therein. Woe to the world, that means you off-ass Israelites as well, man. All right, because you conduct yourself like a heathen. So the Lord got beef with you. he gonna step to you. He says he will plead with all flesh. You see that? He will plead with all flesh. He will give them that are wicked the sword, saith the Lord. See, the Lord got a problem. Woe to the world. All right. Woe to the world. Destruction to it. He got a controversy with you. He says he will plead with all flesh. Let's get that in Revelation. Is it 3? Yeah, Revelation 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. All right, so that's everybody. Okay, let's see. Yep, oikomeni. That's everybody. So that world meaning all or things that consist. Let's see. Um, the inhabited earth. That's everything. Okay, that's everything. Everybody gonna get tried. The Lord gonna step to everybody. All right. It said, "What shall come upon all the world to them that dwell upon the earth." So we understand what woe to the world means now fully. All right, and them that dwell therein is everybody, the nations, the people, the Israelites, everybody. Everybody gonna get tried. I mean, it's called Jacob's trouble for a reason, primarily because he's coming down on Jake. Let's get Zephaniah 1. Zephaniah 1 and 15. It says that day is. Nope, no. That's not what I want. There you go. Zephaniah 1 and 12. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candlesticks and punish the men that are settled on their lees. That's right. So he's going to start with the Israelites. Again, that's why it's called Jacob's trouble. It says that, say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil. All right. That goes back to that Hosea chapter 4 and 1, where it says, "Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel, for the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land," meaning you. The Lord got a problem with these 2/3 Jakes. All right. Because there's no truth, no mercy, nor knowledge of the Most High in the land. He got a problem with that. You remember, the Lord is a jealous power, and if he's not getting his acknowledgement, he's going to be irritated with that, straight up. So he has a controversy. He got a problem. So back to the lesson at hand, verse 15. For the sword in their destruction draweth nigh. All right. For the sword in their destruction draweth nigh. That's right. These riots, these tumults that the scriptures speak about, a tumult is an uproar or a riot. All right, rioting. All right, and one people shall stand up to fight against another. Yeah, one people should stand up to fight against another. I know, and we link this a lot with Matthew 24, where it says nation shall rise against nation, and we know that word nation in the Greek is ethnos, which means the ethnicity. So we take this as race wars, which you can definitely take it as. When you think a little deeper to it, it says, and one people shall stand up and fight against another. They shall fight. The people in America are going to stand up and fight against the government of America. They're going to fight against the military, all these things. And swords in their hands, all their guns, their gadgets, whatever fuck they can pick up to find a blunt object that can kill a person. They're going to pick it up and fight with it. And they're going to either go and fight against the American government, the UN troops, or just amongst one another. Simple. Because it says Satan shall be divided against Satan. Satan divided against Satan, that's all the way on the low scale too. It's going to be the whole totality of things. It's just everything. On a low scale, it's going to be some white, self-proclaimed white family in their house fighting against one another. That's Satan against Satan right there too. You know, the low scale and the big scale, meaning Russia against United States, all these things. There's going to be infighting. There's Russians that live here in America, you know, Sicilians. I mean, those are really Israelites, but you got some white Spaniards and shit that live over here going to be fighting against other Dukes of Edom. You could read about the Dukes of Edom in Genesis, the 36th chapter. It's just going to be a whole lot of in-house fighting that's going to go on big and small scales. It all matters. All right? And swords in their hands. You're going to be having kids with fucking guns. I've been seeing hella videos of, I seen this one video, this like 12-year-old little girl busting shit with a shotgun on point too. Not like she was missing targets. No, she was on point with every target. She gonna be busting heads. You niggas out here think because you got a little Glock 45 on your waist, don't mean you know how to use it. That little 12-year-old girl gonna be busting y'all head in that day. You see what I'm saying? Along with her daddy. There's a good video game. It got video game of the year when it came out. It's called, I think, The Last of Us. If I'm not mistaken. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can look it up. The Last of Us. Yup. This game was absolutely amazing. I played it my damn self. Not even gonna sit here in front. But here it is. You see that? It was a grown ass man, and he taught that little girl how to shoot. It was during the quote unquote apocalypse with zombies and shit. And he taught her how to shoot, and they're coming out with a second one. And she's the main character in that. She's the main character in the second one. And she going in when I seen the trailers to it. But you see, it got Game of the Year in 2014. This was actually a very exceptional game. It was very good. But it goes to show you that Esau, he's blessed with that sword, and his blessing is gonna go down from generation to generation. It don't fucking matter. It does not matter. You put a nigga to a gun and you get an Edomite to a gun, the Edomite's gonna catch on quicker than the nigga. Straight up. That fucking cracker's gonna catch on quicker than the nigga. Like, straight up. Alright. So let's go back to verse 16. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men." Exactly. Separation. There should be some animosity and things of that nature between men. "And invading one another, they shall not regard their kings." That goes back to what I was saying right here in verse 15, where it says one people should stand up and fight against another. When it says they should not regard their kings, you think these people gonna give a shit about their mayor, their governor, their senator, the House of Representatives, the Congress, legislation branch, all that shit, the executive branch, the president, vice president, the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi and shit like that? No, they're not gonna give a goddamn. They're not gonna care. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Meaning they're gonna do whatever the fuck they want, and they're surely not gonna be whatever they want. Well, for some people it will. It's gonna be whatever they need to do to survive, and they're not gonna give a shit if it's against the law, quote unquote, against the law. They're not gonna care. All right. So that brings me to this. Guerrilla warfare, all right, because 2 Esdras 16 explains guerrilla warfare right there in a nutshell, all right. So guerrilla warfare is a form of irregular warfare in which small groups of combatants, such as paramilitary personnel, armed civilians, or irregulars, use military tactics, including ambushes, sabotage, raids, petty warfare, hit and run tactics, and mobility to fight a large and less mobile traditional military. That again goes back to the 15th verse where it says one people shall stand up to fight against another. It's gonna be an irregular set of people coming up against a traditional military, or what? Civilians coming up against the American government, because there's gonna be sedition in the streets. They're going to do whatever it takes to stay alive. They're going to do whatever it takes to get their kids food. They don't give a shit who it is. It isn't what? Bobby, or let's see a white person name. Tommy from down the street's not going to give a fuck what Lucy up the street's feelings are or anything. He's going to go in that bitch and raid it and kill Lucy, rape her, kill her, and take all her food so his fam can eat. He don't care if it's against the law. Shit done hit the fan. You know what I'm saying? I lost my job. Can't afford my house. I'm about to get evicted. My family's about to... I got 2 children. I got two little boys or 2 little girls. We about to get put on the street. It's winter time. It's cold as hell. We ain't got no clothes on the back. I'm going to have to come step to your house and go ahead and knock you out real quick. This is a necessity. Guerrilla warfare. These are the things that are going to happen, and the men of the Lord are going to sit back and just watch it. The Lord is going to preserve them. Yes, we might go through our hardships. We might get caught up in a concentration camp. Some of us might get to the brink of death. But we are going to sit back and watch while these people go absolutely buck fucking wild in that day. All right? So again, it says, verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So that's all I had on that, but I do want to leave you with this one trailer. I know pretty much every brother don't watch this movie on Netflix. It's called Bushwick. It's I forgot the actor's name. John, I think Batista. He played in Guardians of the Galaxy. He was that weird, gray, swole-looking dude. He played in the Infinity Wars. He has another movie coming out called Stuber, and he played in this movie Bushwick. He's a pretty good actor, and he was like a WWE wrestler or some shit like that. So Bushwick is a great example of guerrilla warfare in 2nd Esdras chapter 15, verse 15 and 16. It's going to show you. After this, I'm going to, end it. But y'all can go ahead and watch this trailer.
I don't know how to use a gun.
You look down the barrel. You line up your sight. And not until you're ready. You put your finger on the trigger and you shoot.
Where'd everybody go?
What the hell is going on?
Oh, God.
Are you okay? Can you tell me your name?
Lucy.
Why are you in Bushwick?
I live here. There's like a whole army out there that's just killing people. Do you know what's going on?
They declared martial law. Not just here, everywhere. I need you to help me.
I can't do this.
5 seconds, okay?
1, 2.
The balloon was recently intercepted by government officials.
Texas is seceding from the United States. We didn't anticipate so much resistance.
They think we won't fight back?
There were supposed to be so many guns.
Welcome to New York, stupid motherfucker.
Some people know better than to stick around in a war zone. Helicopters, tanks. You don't remember the 70s.
The U.S. Army is evacuating people out here. We can get out of here.
It's our neighborhood.
My boys are tough.
We need to stick together, but we need to go now. We're not gonna make it, are we?
Make it 1 block at a time.
With that, I want to say, call all Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Call all Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. Brother Kasha Kwala, Lord willing, y'all are edified. Until next time, I want to say shalom.